So now it will be pistol round going out to the buy-ups here. It's actually going to be the Zeus coming out on Mezzy of all things here for their side. He's going to play close range out towards the connector area up towards this boost spot. Meanwhile, the utility buy will be on FM. They have themselves the smoke and the flashbang on Weber. And he's going to be so crucial. I think he did use one of those flashes out towards the B site. But it will be FM, well, getting themselves in towards halls, out towards this A site middle in area. And then we'll push on through towards the long house here. Here you go, Pulse pushing on through, taking the first. No, Griff's going to get himself 2 kills. Nicely done. Nilzinho comes in the back, and it's already a great start for Dog Gaming in a 4-on-3 situation. Their health and man advantage also their favor.
Now it's just Mezzy holding on that site on lower. The other players playing a little bit further back. Mezzy does have that position. They have Molotov'd out, so they might not expect it. He is going to be able to push through, potentially getting the pickup, but no, someone snapped past him there, and he might be able to get the reverse backstab, but Frey takes down Mezzy. Yoshi trades him off onto Stanley, and now on a 3v2 on the retake, Frey chucks the smoke. He does have that USP, lands the headshot nicely. Nilzinho follows it up. Now it's just Yoshi taken down to 3 HP. 3v2 has the kit, has the armor, needs to land those shots, but it's Frey and Nilzinho on the hold, and it's going to be Yoshi finding their headshot 1v1.
No way!
There we go! Yoshi, Dog Gaming. They take the pistol round here on Cobblestone even. Oh.
3k and 3 HP for Yoshi. How does he do this kind of thing? I have no idea whatsoever. It will be pistol round to the favor of Dog Gaming. That was just explosive. How do you do that? I have no idea. I have no idea, in short. And, oh, we're back on screen.
Yeah,
oh,
we've got a couple of technical difficulties.
A couple of technical difficulties for our Observer, I think. Just hold tight for 1 second, and we should get into this one. But we'll radio cast this one for you guys to see what is going on here. It's going to be 4 UMPs, 1 M4 in play, P250s out, and Tech 9s for the buy for the FM side. Not going to be a force buy for FM at all.
The fm-esports team pushing up the side of A long with the bomb. 1 player left back behind. It's going to be Griffs watching that long position, but they've already started to push in. The UMP spray starts to go down. Not a lot of damage. Now we are back on screen here. Stanley able to pick one, traded out by Yoshi. So 4v4 on the take, and it's going to be Pulse, getting another one. Yoshi finds the trade-off, and once more they have the bomb down on A site, even footing, but Yoshi chimes in again and finds another one for Debaser. Weber, now last man left alive, has the Tech 9, goes down, and Ash closes it out for Dog Gaming, bringing us 2-0 right at the start, and Dog Gaming coming out strong. Underdogs.
So 2-0, favor of Dog Gaming. That was a pretty standard round coming on through for the FM side. A standard eco, of course, with the Tech 9s being brought up. But, I mean, they've got the bomb plant in the first round. They were going to go for a buy in this round anyway with the full AK setups. The extra bomb plant means they're going to have extra economy, which means Nilzinho is not even going to be looking that bad after the buy up. $1,100 on him. It's certainly going to be good for a round 3 buy of all things. So now they will make themselves known in towards middle here for FM. Dog also going to take up liberties towards B side. A very standard split, of course. The player in towards drop down connector, watching out for anyone that just decide to go pushing on through from the T side, and 2 players on either side to defend. They're very aggressive coming in from the Dog Gaming side. Mezzy in particular out towards water. We split out Stanley. He has a good read, but he isn't going to land any of those shots. First base is taken, and Griff's has got an AWP out towards long, which is where 3 T-side players are going to come on through. He takes a shot, but nothing coming on through. No info. We'll just back himself off, back towards a more passive angle, and try and set up for an FM push.
At the start of every round, we see Griff's going very aggressive with the AWP. He pushed into underpass there, tried to get the shot off, didn't manage to find it, pushed then a little bit close on long on the side, and didn't find anything there. Had to back off, and now they're starting to play on that back line. B site, no focus at all coming in from FM. They're instead opting to go for that A. Maybe trying to put Dog on the back foot, but it doesn't seem to be going well for them so far. The bomb is going to line up now towards A long, and the push really very slow. Neither team has really given anything, but then the smokes start to come on. Griffs does spot out 2 players, but he has to back off as he misses the shot. Flashbang going over the top, and now it's going to be Mezzy on site with that UMP, waiting for those flashes. Doesn't manage to spot out Frey. There he goes, and he lands the headshot. Griffs finds 1 too. Mezzy picks up a second. Weber trades, but there's a 4v2. Weber finds the second. And now the take continues to come in. 23 seconds left on the clock. Nilzinho and Weber with the AK-47s. Flashes go up. The shots trying to rain in, and there we go. Lands it onto Griffs, and a second one coming in. Ash able to even it out now. The bomb is going to get planted. In the best situation the Dog have seen so far, and Debaser capitalizes. The shot lands to the head, and Dog Gaming pick up yet another round, going over to 3-0. FM eSports taking an early dip.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're also managing to get themselves out bomb plants. This has been 3 defuses in a row for the Dog Gaming side, and that's so good for them because FM will be able to build up a decent economy despite the round losses, despite what they're forcing and investing into this one. So you can see the money line's not looking too bad. It won't be able to get together a full buy here. Still going to be Tech9's out, Pulse and Fry. Kevlar helmets, Delzini also going to get that one out, so it will be a quasi for all intents. For the FM side, P250 on Stanley will be the weaker weapon, and a flashbang and a smoke is what they'll have to work with in the utility side of things. So FM not around that they should win. There is potential here. There is potential for them to try and take a few kills, maybe take a few rifles out of the hands of Dog Gaming. But that's probably about all they're going to be looking for. In towards long, in towards middle. One also playing out towards the Dragon Room and drop down. But fm-esports look to take liberties on towards this A site here. I don't know if they're just trying to rush in and get another bomb plant, which honestly is the most likely thing at this point. But either way, it will be 4 players ready to push on through with only 2 to defend the Dog Gaming side. Here come the smokes. Ash is going to take the full front of that. Good Molotov out towards the backer site right there. Fry takes down one. Mezzy with one nice kill. Looking for his second. He's got all the information, but Pulse there with a headshot brings the man advantage back to the FM side. Bomb's going to go down. It's going to be Yoshi taking himself liberties to get aggressive, taking out Pulse in the interim. Stanley with an M4 in his hands. It's a 3 versus 3. The retake's good to bases. So close to Fry. Is he in that room? I don't think he is. He's going to spot out Weber anyway, but Weber still takes a headshot. Nicely done with the Tech9. It's now the man advantage for the favour of the FM side.
Stanley finding himself on M4, but Griffs finds himself a Weber, and that is going to be the AWP and the M4 start to push on, trying to go for this retake. We've seen it time and time again. 3 diffusers so far, 3 takes, and Yoshi starts to bring it home again. Frey spots himself a target, does go for the shot, has to push onto site, takes himself ahead, and there we go, delaying the inevitable, but Griffs comes up big, and once more, Dog get the defuse on A site. FM need to start working on their after plant positions.
There's a close defuse actually coming in from Griffs, but yeah, like you say, Dog Gaming need to work on their after plants. At the moment, they are losing 4 players at a time, which means that FM with the bomb plants, with the economical advantages, are going to be able to take themselves very good money lines in comparison to the Dog Gaming side. It will be AWPs and AKs being bought up by the FM side, and Dog, well, an AWP will be bought up, but they've also Yoshi got a FAMAS on his side, so it's not going to be the strongest buy in the world for Dog Gaming, and FM definitely beat them out on that front, so they can take aggressive angles, they can try and work it down. I'm not going to count them out just yet on the Dog Gaming side for just having a FAMAS as their main weak point. But it's definitely a factor to consider now. It's going to be 1 minute 35 on the clock. No first picks, although that grenade is going to do a bit of damage onto Fry and onto Stanley. And the AWP from Griffs is working out towards Matrix to try and shut them down, which is perfect position because here comes the execution from the FM side on towards the side. Molly up towards the boost spot. Griffs not going to spot out anything. It's going to be sprays coming on out from players, but Griffs goes down to base with a trade. Back to be 4-on-4 spots at lots of players. And Nilzini with an AWP shot of his own brings the man advantage back towards the FM side. And they're going to get the bomb down again. This is not working out at all for the Dog Gaming side. Finally, Ash does get one back. But it's just an even Stevens trade as Fry takes the man advantage right back again.
Yoshi able to trade it once more, and it's going to be the FAMAS coming up onto the kill. Now, 2v2 and a lot of damage going off onto Nilzinho. Utility being chucked out by the holding terrorist. Doesn't manage to find the shot as Mezzy able to take it yet again. Weber brings us to a 1v1, 10 HP. The Molotov could be big here if he tries to go for it, but there he lands the headshot, and FM finally start to take a round. The B site is the one that's going to work out for them.
Incredible hold from Weber. Like you said, 10 HP. He still managed to take 2 nice one-taps on towards heads and bring FM the first round in this half here. It's actually going to cripple the side of Dog Gaming because, like I said, those defensive angles, they were not very well held from the CT side. That means that their economy's broken. FM take a round, and as a result, they reset. They will force buy in. It's going to get themselves out an M4 and an Nova on Debaser. A Deagle, P2K, and CZ on Ash, Yoshi, and Mezzy, respectively. Is going to be the full sets of Kevlar helmets, defuse kits, 2 flashbangs to work with on this CT side. But comparing it with the other side of the board, 4 acres and AWP, is the difference of night and day here. Debaser, in particular, is going to be a power player for his side. If they do push on towards B side, he's got himself 2 nice shots here. But FM, so far, not going to go too aggressive, except for Weber, who will take first face onto Yoshi. No trades coming out, and it will be FM trying to set themselves up for what looks to be an A split here.
Well, Yoshi trying to find something in drop, and it's going to be the flashbang dropping through. Ash rotates in and lands the Deagle onto the head of Pulse. Now, the rest of them need to be wary of this A-site push. Stanley gets the backstab, but it's going to be Mezzi to try and hold it. The bomb trying to go through the side, but no, they rotate it back through underpass. Mezzi still holding strong. They haven't spotted out this aggressing FM side yet, but it's Ash on the back of site, has got one pick with that deagle already. Is he going to be able to find a second? A lot of CTs rotating in now. They start to spot out the approaching FM side. They need to find these picks, but Stanley's going to be the one to do it. Finds the second as well. Starts to bring the thunder. Mezzi goes down. Weber is going to land the headshot, and the bomb is going to be planted on A, and this could be the first time that FM are successful on the A site, but the Nova comes up big. Fry shuts it down. Griff's now in a 1v3.
Yeah, I don't think there's much he can do from his position right here. 1 versus 3, like you say. He's got full HP, but he's got no helmet. He's got some smoke to be working with, no defuse kit either. Like, he's looking for exits at this point. He's looking to try and take one more player out of the FM side's economy, so that way I have to reinvest, and they can probably work off the same strategy that we were talking about FM were using, getting bomb plants, building up economy, and taking many dog players so that they can eventually break their own money line and work onto a couple of rounds here. And that's exactly what FM have done. Will Griffs find this kill onto Fry? That is basically the question we're asking for. It will be challenged, taken, and it will be the kill that goes to the favour of the T player. So no economical damage done for the Dog Gaming side. They will be full eco in round 7.
Absolutely. They have now got 2 rounds. They have that springboard to start moving up in the scoreline. 4-2. Definitely a very early setup, and FM are very strong, so they can definitely come back from this. AWP going over to Neil Zenio, being very just sort of significant on that just the whole of the last game. This game I'm expecting to be equally so. UMPs though on 2 players, but against this full eco, nothing, absolutely nothing bought on the side of Dog Gaming. We'll see how they manage to do, and Pulse takes the early headshot.
Yeah, first kill comes back for FM. Standard eco, of course, no investment from the Dog Gaming side, or at least none of any particular value. It will just be first pick and pistols to try and defend against, well, rifles and UMPs, which of course, as we all know, as time has told us time and time again, it's not going to work out for the Dog Gaming side. They'll make their way in towards the site, B site. Bomb's going to go down, planted by Stanley. And Weber's got himself a good angle in towards connector. Do Dog Gaming even go for this? I guess they kind of don't have any real choice. They have got themselves just pistols, so they're not really throwing anything away. They can try to take the risk, try to see if they can take rifles back out of the hands of FM. And these past 2 rounds have basically just been all that, just try and do some sort of damage to FM, so that way they can work off of it a little bit later on. For now, it's just not happening, though. They're holding back passive. They're not going to find anything. Weber's going to go aggressive and take down Mezzi. And this is just going to be 3rd round on the board for FM.
Yeah, I mean, they're going for those exit frags, which kind of makes sense on that pistol round. You don't want to be taking those peaks, especially against a better armored team. Pulse finding the head on Yoshi, trading out to the pistol, going for the reload. But yeah, it makes more sense to me, especially with no buys whatsoever, to go for those exit frags and try and hold those angles. Unfortunately, he did just peek away before onto Weber as he pushed through that vent. Only 1 player surviving, and Ash is going to be... Well, actually, no, he gets taken down. I didn't look at the kill feed. 4-3 now as FM start to climb back up. Now, Dog Gaming have enough to go for that full buy, and that's what we're going to see. Debaser picking up the AWP and chucking it over to Griff. I'm expecting potentially a little bit more posturing towards B and drop from FM, as we haven't really seen that from them yet. We saw, those 4 site takes and on towards A, and it kind of didn't really go so well for them, and they haven't really put that much pressure onto B, so I'm glad to see that they have started to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, FM setting themselves up in towards the B site. Here we go. Early push coming on through. Good grenade will once again do some damage onto Pulse and Fry, but that's all they're going to find. Damage, no kills, and nothing even significant now. It's going to be the good smokes from FM pushing Dog Gaming back a little bit to try and take more passive angles, and Pulse with the bomb's going to put it down. There's 1 player, Debaser, playing very close towards the fountain, and if he can get this kill, if he can find anything as the push on through, flashbang, goes aggressive. Will he find Pulse? Pulse is actually blind right here, but he's still back towards the CT half of the map. Flashbangs will come on through Stanley. The smoke does clear, and Debaser does full boost coming out from Dog Gaming to try to set up a retake. They've got themselves only 1 defuse kit as Nilzinho takes down 1. Fry takes the defuse kit out of the action, and Mezzi is going to be able to take 1 kill. Second comes in onto Stanley, but it's still a 3 versus 1. That is just virtually impossible for him to win. Griffs is dead. It's going to be 4 rounds on the board for the FM side. Mezzi, well, actually will still take down Pulse, but once again, no defuse kit. I think this bomb has taken a little bit too far for him to be able to make a round out of this one. It's going to be even Steven scoreline. FM take themselves a 4th.
Weber on the back could find himself the pick up onto Mezzi, but he has managed to keep the AWP in his hands, going for the angle. Does manage to find the kill just at the end. That's going to be crucial. They aren't going to have that to play around. Dog Gaming bring the scoreline even with that loss, and FM starting to come back in now, and once more we're going to see those pistols, maybe some armor if they're lucky, but don't think it's going to be the case for Dog Gaming.
No. I mean, this is once again that weakness from the Dog Gaming side when they start things off, and now that FM are on a roll, Dog Gaming are really going to struggle throughout this one. They know that they're going to be on eco. As a result, Weber will be able to take aggressive angles like the one that he's playing on lurk towards B site. If he wanted to peek on through, I don't think he'd have any problems managing to get any picks. Dog Gaming going to rely on their Deagles, on their CZs, on their P250s, and on the grenade damage from Ash to try and make anything work in this one. Again, looking for damage to the FM side. They've been unsuccessful so far. Can I do it here? Fry first man in, Mezzy first one out. It's going to be 5-on-4 immediately as FM have free reign of the A site. Bomb's going to get planted, and Dog Gaming once again in the worst situation for a retake. Weber's even holding back towards the drop-down room in towards, well, actually out towards long as well, but even then, you know, there's nothing that Dog Gaming can do here. There's just nothing for them.
Well, Yoshi trying to go for that boost up drop. Not going to be spawning anything out, obviously, on A site. They're not really going to have too much watching there. I mean, maybe someone waiting for the backstabs, which actually does appear in the form of Weber, and he does manage to get the rotating Griffs. But, I mean, in general, they're not really going to find too much unless they actually go over there. Stanley, again, finding Debaser as well in connector. And, yeah, Dog Gaming are just falling like flies here. FM eSports really taking the initiative here as Yoshi actually managed to pick up the kill onto Frey, trying to find that weapon. The nade does not manage to go for what it wants to find, and he jumps through the fire, and Yoshi capitalizes, picks up the AK. That's a little bit to pick up. Damage in the economy, slightly more than I would have expected, and, well, that's something.
It's damage, yes, but it's not going to be anything too significant. Only 2 players go down. FM eSports, with even after the rebuy, are going to profit from that. I think the main key thing for Dog Gaming is the fact that they got themselves an AK. And as you can see for Yoshi, that's a great relievement of investment for his side. $34.50 in the bank for him. An AK in play as well is such a good weapon for the CT side because it is more powerful than the standard M4s that you buy on a CT side. So it's going to be early entrance in towards drop down. Weber's going to take down Yoshi, and Nilzinho does get a pop shot out onto one player out towards A long, but already it's going to be Weber in with a huge amount of map control right in the defensive of the Dog Gaming side. Griffs has to work its AWP on the push coming in from the FM side because, well, it's going to be execution on towards A site here, and they're going to go pretty fast out from long here. A man advantage for FM as well. No one's rotating. It's going to be nothing on the A site except for Griffs, who's already pushed up. So for FM, this may be one of the best situations that they've found themselves in, or I think this entire map so far.
Yeah, well, apart from the first couple of rounds that they did manage to pick up, they really have started to gain this ground. Despite being a man down, they have got a lot of initiative here and a lot of time being taken by FM, which we haven't really seen so much now. They started to pick up those rounds, but they are taking this one a lot slower. Maybe they're calling something on the economy because they know they're going to be able to full buy, and they're just taking it a little bit slow. But Weber has managed to make his way down into drop and is pushing onto this connector position. The A-split could come in, but it's all on Griffs to find the pick onto Neilzinho. AWP v AWP. Molotov comes out, forcing the peek from Griffs, and he finds the headshot. Now it's Mezzy trying to hold the players pushing from underpass as they start to flood in. Griffs has a good angle here. If they do start to push in, they do have a good crossfire. That smoke is going to be timing out towards connector, and not a lot of time left on the clock as well means Griffs is going to be able to pick up an aggressing Stanley. The boost is going to come out. He does spot out a player and finds the pick off onto Pulse. 3 players now going down to the AWP as Frey trades it, but Ash gets the kill onto Weber, who was on the lurk. Frey does have the bomb, and he let him onto A site. He's going to be able to get the plant. 7 seconds left on the clock, and Dog Gaming letting it slip a little bit there, but I expect they're going to be able to take this one back, barring Frey landing those headshots when he needs to. One onto Ash, as there he finds the second. 9 HP, flashbang only, but Mezzy comes back just at the end. They're bringing us once again even. Dog Gaming 5-5.
Yeah, he's going to get this AWP, but you almost saw it. You almost saw Frey being able to pick up that clutch situation. Like you almost. That's why I said, "Oh no," because I couldn't believe we were going to see another clutch coming out from the FM side. But not to be the case. Dog Gaming do shut it down in the end. It's going to be 5-5, back to even scorelines. But once again, the awkward angles and the awkward hold from Dog Gaming is going to leave them at economical disadvantage. Yes, they won the round, but only one stayed alive. He picked up the AWP, and that's great recovery. But again, it's going to leave them in a weak situation where they're going to force buy into the full buy, and it will be a FAMAS out on Ash once again. So for Dog Gaming, you know, they need to, again, I'm going to go back to this point because it can be such a huge factor that FM are playing so well to their advantage. They need to find more than just a round victory. They need to find a round victory with at least 3 players staying alive so they can profit, so they can build up the economy, and so that FM aren't able to cripple them in a matter of a round. So once again in towards the B side. FM, this strategy's worked out so well for them, and it will most likely work out again. We'll see how Dog Game managed to deal with it this time. Actually, they've got a 4-man stack on towards the B side, and FM have pulled a fake, so actually the rotation may work out a little bit better for this T side rather than the T side. Flashes out, Griff's watching the cross spots out. One takes down Nilzinho, and it's going to be Yoshi coming on through. Pulse with a quick trade, a 4-on-3 situation, and there's Griff's jumping back with one more, the way 2 on 4. FM, 2-man disadvantage now. The bomb's going to make its way on towards the A side, but Dog Gaming, regardless of whether the bomb goes down, there should be a retake that goes to the favor of the CT side. Weber takes one headshot onto Griff's, though, as the AWP doesn't land its shots. It's a 3-on-2 situation. It's still in the favor of Dog Gaming, but FM, good angles. I don't know if they expect this.
Fry holding the best of it, and it is going to come out looking good for him. 2 headshots land very, very quickly. He is taken very low. Now it's just Mez. He has a kit, Molotov, and flashbang, so a little bit of utility in both players. Sort of playing on different angles here. So if he manages to find Fry early, it's not going to be the case. Weber shuts it down, and now FM-esports take out the rotate with Fry's brilliant positioning there towards connector.
It was once again down to the brilliant play from the aggression of the FM side. They held close range angles. They held close range towards the connector door. So as a result, when Dog Gaming pushed on through, they didn't expect one player to be playing so close. They expected FM to be playing passive, trying to play for the defensive angles. Instead, Dog Gaming just got shut down bit by bit, headshot by headshot. And the 6th round will be on the board for FM. And once again, with the economy being controlled as well as it has been on this CT side, FM will cripple Dog Gaming once again. It's going to be Deagles out, a Mag 7 for Yoshi. The baser also with the UMP is going to be the power player for his side. And FM once again, AWPs and 4 AKs. Ash is not going to be flashed out. They don't even know where he is. The baser will take 1 kill. He takes himself a second, but Fry chimes back. Mezzi has to land his 1 dig. It's not going to happen as Fry takes himself the triple kill, all on Yoshi and Griffs to try and make a retake work, which is, well, more than unlikely with their current setup. It looks like it's going to be a 7th round on the board for FM-esports.
I believe in the magic of the Mag 7. Mag 7 is, maybe it could bring the heat. Who knows? We'll see. They have to push in and try and get something, but they have managed to get the plant. Now Nilzinho has that AWP trained, and he is waiting for anyone to push through. But now here we go. Griff's trying to find the headshot onto Fry. He is low HP, so it could work. Manages to get the first frag, and he turns the attention away. Swag 7 lands the headshot onto Nilzinho. Now it's just Weber playing on Chicken Coop. Long range now for Yoshi as he manages to pick up the AWP. The smoke going to drop towards him, giving a little bit of cover. Playing for that time. There is no defuse kit, so they need to get this now, and Yoshi gets the kill. Is there enough time?
No.
They don't think so. They're going to back off, and it is going to be FM-esports taking the round, but Dog Gaming, a 2-man push, I believed, and it happened. Unfortunately, they didn't win the round for it.
So that was great, actually, with the push from the player coming in towards the long area, taking that first kill, distracting the other one on site, and well, distracting the other 2 on site, and that enabled the other CT to get himself into a close range angle where the Mag 7 would have been at his most effective range. And that was such a good team play from Dog Gaming, managing to find that particular setup. So perfect. And as a result, they'll do some serious damage to the FM-esports economy. They are still going to be able to buy back in, but you can see that Stanley and Pulse have themselves $550, $850, $27.50 also on Nilzinho. The only 2 with a decent amount of money is Weber and Fry. So if Dog Gaming can shut them down in this round, it'll be great for them. They're not going to start things off very well. They have got themselves an AWP to work with. There was an AK on the board, but once again, FM are going to go for this execution. There's 3 players playing close range from the CT side. It will be, well, they're basically kissing each other. Ash going to take down 1, and the second comes in onto Fry. It's a 4-on-3, 3-on-3 as Nilzinho trades, and he gets himself a second to the base. Ash cannot make his P250 work anymore. It's going to be all on Griffs in a 1 versus 3 situation. Out towards Chicken Coop. The bomb is on Pulse, and he's got to shut down this quick scope. It's not going to happen. FM take themselves an 8th round and a T-side half advantage here on Cobble.
Now remember, Dog Gaming, quite weak on their T side, especially on the last map that we saw, Overpass. This time they're on their CT side on the first half, and they're already taking this dip. I mean, they had that potential to come back into Overpass because they had that strength coming in potentially later onto their CT, but I don't think it's going to be okay for them in the next half. FM-esports really coming up trumps here. 5-8 is the scoreline, and if they can get another round on the board, they're going to be looking in really good shape to take the second map and take us 3-0 overall in the series.
Yeah, minute and 30, once again, no early picks coming in. Weber will take face challenge, and he will get tagged down for it. Not much too significant, just 89 HP on the T-side player. Also, Yoshi tagged down a little bit, 99 HP, but 1 HP is not going to make the greatest of differences in the world. So now it will be the Two players playing lurk out towards the drop down. Maybe a connector split will come in from the long push. Also with the bomb on the FM side, it will be the baser taking first. Pulse takes him right back down, and Yoshi's there for the trade if he does decide to push on through. Molotov will push away from one side of the house, but Yoshi's expecting a flashbang and will spray away, taking the man advantage back for Dog Gaming now. It will be scrambled from the FM side as they're out towards the A site, and they got to get themselves the bomb plant here. 50 seconds on the clock. Will slowly start to move on through, but once again, Dog Gaming are holding out angles, and they've got 3 players on the A site. This is so good. They're expecting the push to come in from the middle.
They need to hold those angles. I mean, Yoshi has fallen back from that drop, obviously 2 players being there. Kind of indicative of, having either those players starting to push along long on B, but as could be the case, and it is the case now, FM have started to put that pressure towards A. They were going for that split. They didn't manage to get the position in connector that they wanted, and now it's on Dog Gaming to hold those angles. The push starts to come in. Fry is going to be pushing up the side. Mezzi finds himself a kill onto Stanley very quickly, but Frey is spraying. Mezzi finds another onto Nilzinho. Yoshi goes down now, and it's just Frey left on the side. 8 seconds, and he's not going to be able to do it.
Great hold from Dog Gaming. The first 2 picks got them the round at that point. It was FM in a 3-on-5, and they scrambled to find themselves anything they could in this round. In this case, it will just be 2 picks and not much more than that. And AK save into the next. Smart play from Fry. He would have been able to buy up in this round anyway, but in this case, might as well save and get yourself out a little bit more in terms of the utility, etc. So 6-8. Last round of the half. It will be the AWP coming out once again for Griffs on the Dog Gaming side. 4M4s to back it up. FM. Standard, typical play, or I guess you could say signature play from this side. They take the 5 AKs in towards this T side and look to make the aggression work for themselves. It will be 1 player lurking out towards B site, 4 players moving in towards middle and A long. And a good boost from Mezzi. Check out this spot. This could be so good, because if FM don't read onto this, he could get himself maybe many different kills right here. Fry is actually going to be able to spot him out. That's so good. No, does he? He's on the edge of the smoke. I don't think he can see him. Mezzi, can he see him back? I don't think so. Oh my god. That is so unlucky, but finding the smoke will clear, and Mezzi will get himself the first pick. Stanley comes back and takes him out. The action of 4-on-4, and the rotations coming in from Dog Gaming. They stacked up the B site, and it's worked out against them, as their only CT is dead. It's a 4-on-4, and FM making their way on towards site. Nilzinho takes down Yoshi. The baser coming in towards the hot area. Griff's also playing close range towards the door. It's a 4-on-3. Bomb's going to go down now. The after plant setting up by FM. 2 players out towards middle, 2 players on site. 1 player from the CTs coming in the back. It's going to go challenging on towards Weber in a second here. Meanwhile, Pulse still holding. It's going to be a 2-on-4 as Weber takes that pick. Stanley looking to peek on towards Griffs in connector. Will he find himself his double? I don't know. Will he? Yes, peeks. Griffs looking towards middle, can't land his flick, and now it's the baser in a 1 versus 4. He can't win it, and FM once again take themselves an advantage half at 6-9.
6-9, this is the scoreline that looks very good for FM right now. Going into that CT side, both teams in Overpass, obviously Overpass being a much more CT-sided map than this one. Cobblestone being one of the very few that sort of seems to be T-sided right now. Obviously dependent on these teams, and well, FM looking to come up strong on this CT side. Something that we didn't really see was a lot of focus on drop at all. And I think that maybe if Dog Gaming try and put something there, try and take control of that, they might be able to spread out, because of course if you have control of drop, you can spread out into connector. You can go for those pincers onto B. You can really open up the map and open up your options, and it looks like they are going to do just that.
It's going to be Fry taking first phase. Flashbangs over. We split on towards B side. Good headshot from Fry. Looking for his second. It's not going to happen as Mezzi takes the trade. Rotations are being caught. Backup is here, but they're on the site, and it will be the baser taking the next face on towards Stanley. Bomb's not going to go down just yet. They're waiting for their man advantage, and they're going to find it in the form of Stanley going down to the baser. Bomb gets planted. 4-on-3 situation. Dog Gaming in the T side got themselves the situation here where they can actually take them another one. There comes Ash on towards the first third to base, taking themselves like a second. Nilzinho gets a trade, but it's a 3-on-1 situation for this pistol round. Dog Gaming, will they find it? Yes, no. The answer to that question is going to be a decisive no, as Nilzinho in a 5 HP 1-on-3 will take down Ash. But that's about it. It will be 7 rounds on the board for Dog Gaming. They get themselves an all-important pistol that could net them an even Steven scoreline with FM.
Does manage to pick up another kill, so a little bit more money, but Mezzi takes him down in the end. And Dog Gaming win the pistol round here. Everyone going down at the end of that round. Fair, either side, losing all 5 players, sorry. And it is going to be moving on now. 4 UMPs now being picked up, and that Mac 10 on Ash. What I'm expecting here from Ash with that Mac 10, well, it's not, well, kills still could potentially happen, is to him to rush drop. that's such a strong position to be pushing with that Mach 10 on this sort of anti-eco that might be going for that, but it's not going to be the case. They are opting instead to go along the side on long. So now it's going to be Neilzinho on the hold. Manages to spot one out, but goes down early to Yoshi. It's Weber now on the site, trying to find the deagle shots, trying to land the heads, but it's not going to be the case. Has to fall back. Flashbang being popped, and it's not really going to do too much as Dog Gaming continue their advance. Bomb hasn't been spotted out yet. Might have been spotted out by Weber, actually, I'm not too sure, but the push from underpass is going to start. Yoshi pushing up close now, spraying down towards SWAT van. Doesn't really find too much. Weber now on half HP though. And the rest of Dog Gaming trying to flank in from the long. They have now started to go for this push. This could be good if Yoshi manages to find this pick. He is going to be able to. Frey goes down. Ash finds one as well. Yoshi finds another. Stanley, though, comes up big with that CZ. Shut down by Debasa. And Dog Gaming take it 8-9.
Yeah, it was going to be a standard eco. At the very least, Stanley got himself in towards a dice double kill. So that they got that much going for him, at least. He will get himself a little bit extra money for the next round. But, of course, it will just be the standard save for FM after the force buy. So they can get this there, so they can get themselves rifles in the 19th. So 8-9, FM, full eco, P250 on Stanley is the only investment they've got. Dog Gaming can go fast, they can go slow, they can go mid-aggression, they can do whatever the hell they want, because FM are going to show up absolutely no resistance here. All they shouldn't do on paper, still going to be the AK, 3 UMPs, a Mach 10 on Ash. And Dog, well, yeah, here comes the aggression from Griffs, and actually it will be a full rotation coming in from the FM side, so out towards Connector, they will push their way in towards B side. So they've got their best chances of holding out the push. The bomb hasn't committed just yet, it isn't on any player, it's been dropped out towards the halls, and it will be flashbangs over in towards the drop-down area. Stanley takes first face, the baser takes the first pick, and Pulse is going to be there to try and refrag. Can he land his headshots? He's tagging the baser downtown. It's only 24 HP, but not much more will come in for him as Griffs with the aim punch advantage takes him out of the action of 3-on-5. Weber makes his feet known, and Ash is going to be able to take him down as well. Fright and Neilzinho, last two alive, USPs in hand. Retake's not going to happen, I'm afraid. The best they're looking for is damage done to the Dog Gaming side, and Neilzinho's going to miss his shot. So it's not going to happen. He gets taken down, and Fry, nothing he can do here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody on the Dog Gaming side is alive. They are going to be looking to close this one out with no casualties, and it is going to go that way. 9-all now is the scoreline with the plant as well. And they bring it once again even, and this is a lot closer than I was expecting to see on this T side. I thought FM might be running away with this one, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
100% actually. No, we saw FM take himself a very dominant T-side half, and I guess you can put that down to the strength of the T-side. FM have rehearsed that. I can imagine that they've got themselves a lot of tactics down for that T-side, and well, with the advantage, we'll see if Dog Gaming have themselves a better chance here. They're going to even things up, and they're going to go actually for a fast play, changing the pace of the matchup entirely in the first. The baser takes first, and it's going to be Ash that takes the baser down with a TK. They spray their way on through, and the flashbang works out well for FM to get themselves the trade by default. Ash taking one back, Stanley with a quick trade. Griff spraying on through, takes down Stanley. A 2 versus 3 as this will be the trades coming back. Nothing happening so far for the FM eSports side as Yoshi takes down Neilzinho, and there's Weber coming in the back, taking down the first, drops the bomb, and doing deny the bomb plant, spraying his way on through towards Chicken Coop, takes down Griffs as well, and now he's alone in a one-on-one. Yoshi to save his team, to save them from falling to the clutches of the FM lead. Will he allow it to happen? Weber's holding face, and he's actually picked up the bomb. Is Yoshi going to plant on B side, or is he going to rotate to A? He's going to the A side. He's going to completely play into out of Weber's hands, and Weber will have no choice but to rotate and try and retake.
Probably his best choice right now is to go towards drop and maybe rotate through connector and try and get something there. Obviously, he doesn't want to run into Yoshi, so he is waiting passively. He knows that he has the opportunity to go to that A site, and he's giving him that chance. And now he is going to back off because he thinks he hasn't planted on B site yet. What's he doing? Going to A, and he has called it correctly. He didn't even see B. He knew that. Brilliant game sense coming out from FM eSports. Now, Yoshi has to figure out where he wants to sit, and it's going to be turning away just at the wrong time. FM eSports able to pick up the round here as, well, they drop the ball. Unfortunately, Dog Gaming do take a loss now. 10-0 in the first T-side round that they do go down.
Yeah, that's going to be crushing for Dog Gaming because, well, when you lose the rifle round, that's not usually a very good sign for your side, and this one should be the advantage of Dog Gaming, of course. And we were saying before the matchup, Cobblestone is a T-sided map. So, for Dog Gaming, in theory, they should be able to smash out FM on a rifle round, but now it's going to be FM forcing them into a bye situation. Of course, once again, the FM has got the reinvestment has got to come in from the FM side.
Yes.
All the investment is gone on the last round. And Dog Gaming will have themselves that much advantage because there's going to be 3 UMPs up against 4 AKs and an AWP as well. There's, of course, the AK on Weber. They recover from that last round, and the M4 brought up on Pulse, which will be the 2 power players for this CT side. But other than that, this one should be a round for Dog Gaming on paper. It's going to come down to how well the SMGs are played because they're going to be the main force for FM. Once again, liberties are taken in towards tunnels and in towards the long area, and there will be utility to kind of keep them away, try and get some tag damage. Nothing will come out here, but Pulse will get himself actually a long control, so this could be so good for FM if they can play it. Meanwhile, we'll be flashbangs out towards the drop-down area. A little over a minute to go now, and it will be, well, no picks, no challenges, and no tag damage coming in so far.
They are just playing this one quite nice and slowly. They're slowing it down. I mean, I've called Dog Gaming out for playing a little bit too slow in the past, but I think that this has been going actually pretty quickly, and now FM eSports sort of waiting and using actually quite a lot of their utility. Only 1 smoke and 1 incendiary grenade left on their side, whereas look at the Dog Gaming utility available. They bided their time, they baited it out, and now they have the chance to move in. If Frey is able to get the spray, it could be good for FM, but if he turns around like that and they do manage to push in, they have already got a player down drop. They check their angles well, they could be in on a winner here. The flashbang comes through, Frey turns away, able to realign his sights, but does not manage to turn the spray on. And Stanley is going to be the first to get the kill, but Ash trades it back. Now, the rest of them flooding in. CT's everywhere, but Mezzi is not done just yet now, as so is Yoshi. Mezzi and him are going to be able to set the bomb down on the B-bomb site. Now just Weber pushing into the drop. He should be able to hear that. Mezzi flicks it around. Now Weber checking his angles nicely, lands the headshot with the AK. The flashbang comes over the top. Has that smoke, has that incendiary grenade, but so does Yoshi. So the utility probably not going to decide this one. It all comes down to who has the better angle, who has the better aim.
Yoshi going to play passive, expecting Weber to peek. He peeks out and takes him down. Nicely done from Dog Gaming. Nicely done from Yoshi. A 2K for him in the round, doing work for his side. Brings it back to 10 to 10. And that's so good for Dog Gaming as well, because we were talking about economy in the early part of this matchup. Now Dog Gaming have just reset FM back to basic pistols. A force fire could come out, but even that's going to be weak when you compare it to the current build with Dog Gaming. In fact, it's so weak that Ash is going for the MAC-10. He wants to farm up the money. He wants to really build into the Dog Gaming's economy because he realizes that, as much as we do that, this is just not something that works to the favor of Dog Gaming. They lose themselves 4 men in a round. They lose themselves lots of players. So he wants to use that MAC-10 to play scout, to play aggressive, and try and see if he can take as many kills as he can. It's going to be Dog Gaming making their way in towards long. Weber, only man out towards danger, spots out the base, takes a shot. Isn't going to be able to find the kill. Nope, misses his shots, taps away, takes himself down to 53 HP. The base does get a kill. It's going to be a 3 for 5 situation.
Yeah, and they're going to back off and play a little bit passively here. It's interesting they didn't opt to actually push in, but instead the bomb rotating away through T-spawn. Looks like they are going to put some pressure towards the B-bomb site. FM eSports now have invested quite a lot of positioning and time in rotating towards that A site and have cut off a lot of avenues for fast rotates back. So, I mean, it makes sense, but I think they could have won the duels. They don't want to go for those trades when they don't need to, and the full rotate is coming through. Stanley now is starting to move through connector, and the B-bomb site is the target of the aggression. Stanley on site has that P250, but coming up against 4 AKs and that MAC-10 is going to be pretty difficult. Tall order for anyone. Stanley pulls back to drop now. The bomb starting to make its way on towards bomb site B as he pushes up. Debaser finds the headshot onto Pulse. They haven't figured out that Stanley's on site yet, and he is going to be Griffs to pay the price for it. Is he going to be able to find the second one? No. Mezzi shuts it down. Now it's Frey playing from drop, trying to find the shots that he needs, but 7 HP left on him. Does have that helmet and armor, but he has to jump out through the window and into connector. Could be able to find the pickoff onto Ash if he doesn't check his angles properly, but doesn't manage to find all the damage just yet. There it closes it out. 7 bullets left in his clip, but Mezzi makes it 0 as Dog Gaming pick up another round and take that slight edge over FM eSports 11-10.
Yeah, great round from Dog, now reclaiming their lead and getting themselves into contention once again. This matchup is so crucial because FM are up 2-0 in a best of 5 with a 1-map advantage to their side. So Dog Gaming need to win this one if they want to take themselves back into the series, if they want to bring themselves back into this matchup. Because FM, they're on the advantage and they are on the hunt for another title under their belts. 11-10, Dog Gaming. Another eco round will come in for FM. P250 brought up by Frey, but that's about all he's got. USPs, P2Ks for everybody else on the CT side. Weber playing close. Moving challenging onto Yoshi. Taps it up, but it's not going to happen. Yoshi takes him out. A 5-on-3 will already ensue as he gets himself a double. Fry playing close range angles with the P250, going to take down one at the very least. Looking for a little bit more. It's not going to come through. A headshot might turn this one back around. It's a 3 versus 3. Finally, the baser comes back and Pulse chimes his way on through. So actually, it's going to be good damage being done by the FM-esports level. They know both CTs are on A site. They're going to rotate back towards the B site and plant the bomb on there instead. Set up the retake and put FM at the disadvantage in a 2-on-2 situation. But the health is still quite good for FM. It's not that great for Dog. 38 HP on Griffs, and they've got themselves 2 AKs to work with. This actually could be a very surprise round coming out from the FM side.
Smoke grenade going and blocking off that connector smoke. A nice placement for them as it just stops FM starting to rotate in, and now Stanley gets blocked off. So they have some good angles now. They can set up on site. They can play wherever they want as Griffs opts to play for Plateau. Ash trying to find himself a position at back of site, plays chicken coop now. So both of these CT players starting to push in towards B site. One player playing from connector. Griffs going to be challenging Pulse on long as he drops down, and is he going to find the spray? Pulse taken very low, trying to find the shot onto the player at Coop, but it's going to be Stanley to find it as it comes down to a 1v1. Griff's taken very low. Oh. Stanley is going to find it, and now FM bring us back even. 11-10 comes to 11-11, and we are still in this game. So close. The bomb just getting defused there.
You know, the fuse keeper Stanley found the kill in time. It was the tag damage that helped him out. 11 HP on the last T player. So he just could go aggressive. He could peek out and he can take him down very, very easily. So 11-11, FM keeping this one competitive. They're keeping this one even on the scoreline so far. AWP in play for Pulse. Griff's also going to get an AWP out for his side. And Ash with an AK will finish off the buy for Dog Gaming. It's going to be even Steven once again in towards the B Halls once again for the T side, excuse me. 2-1-2 split, standardized from the FM side. And there will be Dog Gaming making their way into a very crucial round for them once again. All these rounds are getting more and more important for both these teams for this series, especially for Dog Gaming.
The economic situation very, very similar on both sides. Whoever loses this will probably take down a couple, or sorry, whoever wins this will take down a couple more rounds off the back of it. They really need to come up big, and it's a linchpin. Dog Gaming need to take this one home if they don't want to find themselves in a pretty bad situation against FM. Of course, if FM take this one home, they do take home the grand final overall and become our I-60 winners, winning the princely sum of £3,750. So they're going to be pretty pleased with that if they manage to get it. But Dog Gaming not out of this just yet. They need to win all 3 of these games if they want to come back into it and go for the reverse sweep. We'll see if they manage to do it, but for now they need to take round 23 here on Cobblestone. The drop position is going to come through, and it will be Dog to be able to take control of it.
35 seconds on the clock. Dog are going to run this timer very, very low here. If FM are able to take down the bomb partner, it might be all over for them. In towards drop down, in towards the utility room. It will be Stanley taking the first on towards Mezzi. And now the teaser will be stopped dead in their tracks. They need to go and pick things up very quickly. It's going to be the Molotov burning down. Stanley is going to be pushed out of position as Weber takes a kill, and Griffs takes it right back. A 3-on-3 Weber. Good angle, gets peeked in with Nilzinho as well. A 2-man-on-3 situation with the Baser and Yoshi. They're both going to line up, and Weber's going to take the spray. The Baser still takes the kill, and now the AWP from Pulse will turn it back. It's all over. Yoshi can't get the bomb plant. It's Nilzinho staying alive for the FM side, seeing if he can take down the last player and do some serious damage to the Dog Gaming economy. He's not going to find it, but either way, FM, I told you, if they took down the bomb planter, they would close out the round, and indeed they do. They take themselves back in the lead.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to find a couple more rounds off the back. I mean, there's 2 AKs, sure, but I mean, the lack of utility on Debaser, and the fact that he's only got a Tech 9 and that Mac 10 on Ash, although we have seen Ash pick up the Mac 10 on sort of full buy rounds before, still not too strong. The UMP going over onto Frey, and now FM-esports looking to extend their lead towards the end of this map. They really want to close this one out 2-0 and go 3-0 in the series overall, because, of course, that weighted advantage gives them the map ahead. So they are going to push out drop on the side of Dog Gaming once more, trying to find that position. Maybe take some control of Connector, but no, they're opting to go down B long as well. Frey backing off on Connector and pushing back towards the B site. They are going to hold on the site. Now Mezzi drops the flash. The smoke is blocking his path, but the pre-fire backs Stanley off. Now they are starting to execute here as Mezzi pushes through the smoke. Signature move from him, able to find one, but Pulse trades it back as they continue to go for this aggression. Yoshi gets taken down as well, and it is going to be a 3v4. A lot of damage though going over onto FM. Flashbang, pausing the action just slightly, but Griffs finds the shot onto Pulse. He was such a crucial player in this hold that they could now start their push, and indeed Debaser does just that, finds the headshot with that Tech 9. Now Neil Zenio and Weber need to stand tall against these three approaching Dog players, and he does find the headshot on towards Ash, and now they need to continue their push. Bomb has not been planted. Debaser being so brutal with that Tech 9 right now. Weber pushing through the smoke towards drop. No, he falls back and allows them now to take position on this bomb site. They are going to be able to pick this bomb up, and it is going to be Dog Gaming to take the advantage here. 2v1, a lot of utility as well, and Griffs brings us even once again, and Dog Gaming going tit for tat with FM-esports.
12-12, and once again we're back in a situation where FM are reset now. Only basic pistols, only a force buy is in contention for them, and Dog Gaming are once again in such a great position, a fantastic position for them to be in. FM are the ones who are in the awful position. Two CZs, a P250 and a Deagle will be out for the CT side. Dog Gaming can go aggressive, but will they run into the clutches of an FM eco? They've done this before on this matchup of all things. On this map, they've managed to take themselves a great eco up against the Dog Gaming side, and if they can do it again, then I'm not sure Dog can be able to recover from this. We're up 12-12. Remember, the magic number to win this one is 16 rounds. Both teams are 4 rounds away from winning this map, and if FM take it, then that's going to be GG for this series. So Dog Gaming, pressure is really mounting for them. They are really up to their challenges here. Work's cut out for them. They will make their way in towards drop down, in towards B site, and if Fry manages to take this first pick, then I have no words for how Dog Gaming are going to win this.
They need to start taking this aggression once more. They're slowing it down a little bit. Now Fry has to be backed off by that Molotov. Nice positioning coming out, and they start to once more just advance step by step. They don't want to play those close angles. They know those pistols are going to be so deadly, and the fact that Dog Gaming have that advantage of the range on Griffs, on Mezzi and Debaser with those AKs and AWP, that they just want to play it safe. Flashbang coming from Ash, and he finds the headshot quickly, but the refrag comes in from Neil Zenio as they start to push in on the long. Now Debaser leading the charge with the AK, takes a little bit of damage, but it's not going to phase him too much. They do continue their push. Yoshi as well is now on site. Griffs finds the shot onto Pulse, and now they continue to go for it. Stanley finds the pick onto Yoshi on the advance, and it is going to be Mezzi to refrag. Now 2 players left alive on FM-esports, and Dog Gaming looking pretty good as Debaser shuts down Neil Zenio, pushing through the smoke. It is now just Weber, and T. Griffs finds yet another shot. He's starting to regain his AWP stature and coming in big for Dog Gaming.
Yeah, and what a time for him to regain it as well. Dog need rounds more than ever. They need 3. They want to stay in this series. They do not want to let it go towards the FM side. It's down to the wire. Once again, tension is in the air tonight between Dog Gaming and FM-esports. There will be a quasi coming in for FM. P250s, CZ, a bit of Kevlar, 5-7. 2 grenades, flashbang, and a smoke on Pulse as well. They're going to use that pretty quickly to try and hold off the Dog Gaming aggression in towards the B site if they do decide to go for it. They're not going to go for it in this case. Bomb's not committed, well, it's not on any player at least. Griffs will pick it up. But once again, they have lots of options here for the Dog Gaming side. They can go anywhere in this map with this map control. They've got 1 player lurking out towards the A side, but FM, they're expecting a B push to come on through here, so they're starting to read onto the playbook of Dog Gaming, and they're starting to stack their way into positions where they may end up, or taking risks, but risks that may pay off for their favor. They need some rounds here. They need to try and shut down Dog Gaming before this lead spirals out of control.
Pulse and Stanley playing up close on this push, so they are going to be our linchpins here on FM-esports. The Molotovs come out and they start to get more aggression down long. Ash leading the charge, pushing out, inching away for himself, but Pulse and Stanley still holding strong. That smoke is going to mean that Stanley has to change his position. Ash drops down, but Pulse finds the headshot as Tigris refrags it. Now, the CTs have to push away as they are going to take a little bit of damage on towards Debaser, and Neil Zenio finds the shot as well. Now, Yoshi pushing through drop, trying to find the backstab, but Stanley shuts it down, and all of a sudden, FM-esports looking strong here. It's going to be Griffs on plateau, trying to find the shots that he needs. Going to be quite difficult for him as he has Debaser to back him up, the AK in his hands.
He'll push around towards Fountain, spots that one, takes down Nulzenia, but now they know where he is. In towards Chicken Coop, he'll go, trying to take down any CTs that they do go aggressive. Stanley may try for it. Good smoke. Will cover off Fry, but does he spot out the player? No. Weapons that towards Long is dead, and Griffs is going to be able to take down one. Fry comes back in with an AK in his hands, 2 versus 1 situation, and now it's got to be the AWP ace clutch. He hasn't got time. It's not going to happen. He's going to get taken down as well, which is money, a huge amount of money away from the Dog Gaming side. FM shut the whole thing down, and we are up 13-13. Once again, Dog Gaming are on a eco force here. This is going to be extremely difficult for them.
I mean, it's just so annoying to see Dog Gaming. You know, they're going for these rounds, they're getting these wins, they're starting to get that edge, and then fm-esports just come in and close the jaw, and they are able to shut it down and bring us back even. So 13 all, both teams 3 rounds away from winning, and honestly, at this point, I cannot call who is going to take this one home. Dog Gaming looking so strong. I maybe just edge it in FM, given the fact that they've just come off that strong round, but we've seen Dog Gaming come back from worse.
Yeah, 13-13, Dog Gaming. You know what, at this point, I might just slightly edge it towards FM. They've got themselves a double orb setup. They've got themselves economy for days. Dog Gaming are sitting in a bit of a bad situation with a bit of a bad buy. 2 AKs, 1 UMP, 2 Tech 9s, limited amount of utility, and they have to make an execution work. They have to make some sort of push on towards the site work, and they're going for B again. They haven't opted for this A site. I think right now would be the perfect time for them to switch things up and try a different strategy, because right now these B pushes, they're only working in a small fry. They work sometimes, and other times FM are able to do stuff like what they did in the last round and shut them down on an eco. So for Dog Gaming, they can't afford to mess about here. They can't afford to take risks like that, and as a result, the Bomber's going to go in towards middle. It might be a push and a split on towards the A site, but they'll set themselves up. 35 seconds on the clock. Bomb's going to get, the timer's going to get ticked down all the way here. Dog Gaming going to put this one on the edge of a knife. FM, they need one pick on towards Griffs to shut this one down. Stanley's going to start things off onto the baser, and Ash gets a very nice headshot on towards Fry. He's got himself an M4 now in towards the backhand side of the FM defensive. He's now going to be putting themselves in between the rotation coming on through here. Nulzenia still going to take down Griffs, and Ash going to come through and take down Weber. A 3-on-3. Nulzenia is tagged up, and Ash comes in from the balcony, takes him out to the man advantage of the Dog Gaming side. 7 seconds. The Bomb's got to go down here, and the AWP from Pulse doesn't spot anything out. Ash holding face, expecting him to go pushing on through here, and now it will be Stanley and Pulse to try and bring FM over the edge, to try and bring them to a potentially good score. And Pulse jumps down, takes the USB shot, and takes the kill. Now it's all on Yoshi, who gets shut down. It's FM taking another lead, 14-13, after a 2-on-3 advantage for the T side.
Not too sure what Ash was doing there. I mean, he totally could have got that kill, just wasn't able to close it out, and Dog Gaming pay the price. Now fm-esports take us to 14-13. So close to the end, and potentially close to the end of this series, meaning that FM could take this home right here and now. The match pause, the perfect time, honestly. Dog Gaming need to rethink, and I think right now there's probably there's 2 things they can do. 1, switch up what site they're going. 2, switch up the pacing they're playing for. What they did before, if you remember early in this half, when fm-esports started using weren't using their utility early, they were able to go for those fast pushes. fm-esports cottoned onto that, and now they started using their utility early so that they could counter that, and now Dog Gaming have retracted back to that earlier stance of playing quite slow. If they start going fast again, they could potentially move around and down to the wire like this, 28 out of 30 rounds. That can give you the edge that you need, because you can only get so much ground from, you know, sort of trying to just get those edges round after round, and it's going back and forth. What you need to do is change it up and try and get a new strat coming in, and, well, it's all on Dog Gaming to see what they can do. On this eco, they do have that Tech 9 Galil, UMP, Tech 9s as well, and I think we are going to see the unpause now coming out. So, are they going to change it up, or are they going to fall into the hands of FM yet again?
We're about to find out. Once again, another broken, awkward buy from Dog Gaming, and this could be the end here. If FM shut them down, they're going to have absolutely no money to work with here on the next round, round number 29. So right now, this round is more important than any other round we've seen in this series so far. Dog Gaming resting their future of this grand final on the edge of a knife right here. It's got to be Ash and Yoshi that take down the quick kills and the execution to come on through. They're going to opt to the B site once again. which confuses me, honestly. I think that they should try for an A-site push this time because now FM are rotating 4 players in to try and deal with it. So Mezzi and Co have to take incredible picks right here. Here come the Molotovs from the CT side to just hold them back for a little bit longer. But right now, this is going towards the FM side. They're holding them down. Dog Gaming going to wait for their chances to move on through here. One's in towards drop down. Fright has got himself the information. And a minute to go now for Dog Gaming to make a push that needs to work, a push that has to work. Otherwise, they are out, down and out for the count, and FM will be taking themselves another title at Insomnia 60.
Well, it's all down to the wire now. They haven't managed to change up the pace, and they haven't changed up the sights, so it looks like FM might be in with a shot at taking this round home, taking us to 15 and match map point. They're playing slow yet again, and 36 seconds left on the clock. They need to go fast, and then just not doing it. Weber shuts down Yoshi early. Griffs takes a lot of damage, and it's not looking good right now. Dog Gaming start their push finally, but Pulse shuts down Mezzi as they continue to go in. And Stanley finds one, sprays it, Frey as well, and they just get a almost perfect round here as the base is last man standing, and FM just clean it up. 4 players, and Dog Gaming, the tactical pause not working out for them.
And look at the money line. This is not looking good for Dog Gaming whatsoever. They just can't do anything from here. The Tech 9s is all they have to play with. And they've got to play this round so carefully. They're going to have themselves a little bit of utility. 5 smokes. Please, guys, get yourself an execution on towards the site. Block off the CT vision and use that to your advantage. Get yourself a bomb plant. Get yourself in with some sort of advantage, because right now, this grand final is resting on a map point for FM to take this series 3-0 here on Cobblestone. It will be Fry taking 2 kills. The base of turns back, but Pulse with a wall banger. A 2-on-4. Yoshi tries to take the kill, but it's not going to happen. Mezzi, last man alive with a Tech 9, will take down Pulse, but I think it's all over for him. Bomb still in his control. He's still got a face-off against 3 more CTs, and there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the kings of the UK, and they will take themselves a 4th championship in the last 6 months. FM eSports are your I-60 BYOC CSGO Grand Champions.
Dog Gaming just taking the dip at the end there, and FM eSports making them look more, well, FM eSports making them look a little bit more like Old Yeller than Lassie. It's not going to go well from them.